Chapter 4. When Sanballat heard that the Jews were rebuilding the wall, he became furious and began to mock us. In front of his companions in the army of Samaria, he said, "What are those miserable Jews doing? Do they really think they can rebuild the city? Do they think that by offering sacrifices they can finish the work in a single day? From those piles of rubble and burned stones, do they think they can get stones fit for building?" Tobiah, who was from Ammon, was beside him and said, "What kind of wall can they possibly build? Even a fox could climb on it and knock it down." O our God, hear how they mock us, make their insults fall back on their own heads. Let everything they have be taken from them, and let them be taken captive to a foreign land. Do not forgive the evil they have done, and do not forget their sins, for they have insulted us who are building. We continued rebuilding the wall, and soon it reached half its height because the people were eager to work. Sanballat, Tobiah, and the peoples of Arabia, Ammon, and Ashdod were very angry when they learned that we were continuing the work on Jerusalem, wall, and that the gaps were being closed. They gathered together and planned to attack Jerusalem and cause confusion. But we prayed to our God and posted guards day and night to protect the city. The people of Judah kept saying, "Carrying the construction materials for this wall is too heavy. When will we ever finish?" Our enemies thought that we would not see or know what was happening until they were already upon us, killing us and stopping the work. Many times the Jews who lived near them came and warned us about the plans being made against us. So I armed the people with swords, spears, bows, and arrows, and placed them in groups by families behind the wall, at all the places still needing repair. I saw that the people were worried, so I said to them, to their leaders, and to their officials, "Do not be afraid of our enemies. Remember how great and powerful the Lord our God is. Fight for your relatives, your children, your wives, your homes." Our enemies learned that we knew about their plans and understood that God had frustrated them. So we all returned to our work on the wall. From that day on, half of the men worked, while the other half stood guard, armed with spears, shields, bows, arrows, and armor. The leaders supported everyone who was rebuilding the wall. Each worker carried construction materials with one hand, while holding a weapon in the other. Every builder also wore a sword at their side. The guard who was to sound the trumpet for alarm stayed beside me. I said to the people, to their officials, and to their leaders, "The work stretches out over a large area. We are spread far apart along the wall. Whenever you hear the sound of the trumpet, gather around me. Our God will fight for us." So we worked from sunrise until the stars came out, with half of us building and the other half standing guard with spears. At that same time, I told the officers that they and their helpers were to stay in Jerusalem at night, so we could work during the day and serve as guards at night. Neither I, nor my companions, nor any of my servants or guards ever took off our clothes, not even to sleep. We always kept our weapons in our hands. Chapter 5. Sometime later, many people, both men and women, began complaining against their fellow Jewish people. Some said, "Our families are large. We need grain to eat and to stay alive." Others said to keep from starving we had to pawn our fields, our vineyards, and our houses in order to buy grain. Still others said, "We had to borrow money to pay the king's taxes on our fields and vineyards. We are of the same people as our fellow Jews, and our children are as good as theirs. But we have had to let our children become servants. Some of our daughters have already been sold as slaves. We cannot do anything to stop it because our fields and vineyards have been taken from us." When I heard their complaints, I became angry and decided to take action. I confronted the leaders and the officials and said, "You are exploiting your own brothers." After thinking it over, I called the people together to discuss the matter. Said, "According to our ability, we had been buying back our fellow Jews who had been sold as slaves to foreigners. But now you are selling your own people, and they have to be bought back again." The officials were silent and could not find anything to say. So I continued, "What you are doing is wrong. You should show reverence for God and do what is right, so that our enemies, the non-Jews, will not have reason to mock us. My companions, my workers, and I have lent money and grain to the people. Now let us stop charging interest. You must return their fields, vineyards, olive groves, and houses immediately," and canceled their debts for money, grain, wine, and oil. They replied, "We will do as you say. We will restore their property and will not demand anything from them." Then I called the priests, and made the officials swear to keep this promise. I took the belt from around my waist and shook it out and said, "In the same way, God will shake out anyone who does not keep this promise. He will take away his house and everything he owns, leaving him with nothing." And everyone there said, "Amen. Let it be so." They praised the Lord and fulfilled the promise they had made. During the 12 years that I was governor of Judah, from the 20th year to the 32nd year of King Artaxerxes, neither I nor my relatives ate the food allotted to the governor. The governors who came before me had placed a heavy burden on the people and demanded 40 pieces of silver every day to pay for food and wine. Even their servants oppressed the people. But I acted differently because I honored God. I worked with all my strength on the rebuilding of the wall and did not buy any land. All my workers also helped in the construction. I also provided hospitality for 150 Jewish leaders, as well as people from the neighboring nations who came to my house. Every day I had 1 ox, 6 of the best sheep, and many chickens prepared for them. Every 10 days a new supply of wine was delivered. But I did not demand the food allowance due to me as governor, because the people were already carrying a heavy burden. God, I ask that you remember everything I have done for this people. Chapter 6, Sanballat, Tobias, Gesem, and the rest of our enemies learned that we had finished rebuilding the wall and that there were no more gaps, although the gates had not yet been installed. Sanballat and Gesem sent me a message, asking me to meet them in one of the villages in the valley of Ono. But their real intention was to harm me. I sent messengers back with this reply: "I am doing an important work and cannot come down. I will not leave this work just to speak with you." They sent the same message 4 times, and I replied the same way each time. Then Sanballat sent a 5th message, this one in writing, delivered by one of Sanballat's servants. The letter left open said, "Gesem told me that a rumor is spreading among the neighboring peoples. They say that you and the Jews intend to rebel, which is why you are rebuilding the wall. He also said that your plan is to make yourself their king, and that you have arranged for some prophets to declare in Jerusalem that you are the king of Judah. King Artaxerxes will certainly hear of this. Therefore I propose that we meet to discuss this matter." I replied, "Nothing you are saying is true. You made all of this up. Their intention was to intimidate us so that we would stop the work." Then I prayed to God, "Now, Lord, strengthen me." At that time, Shemaiah, son of Deliah and grandson of Mehedebel, was forbidden to leave his house, so I went to visit him. He said, "We should both hide together in the sanctuary, in the temple, and close the doors, because they are coming to kill you." "Yes, one of these nights they will come to kill you," I replied. "I am not the kind of man who runs and hides. Do you think I would try to save my life by hiding in the temple? I will not do it, not at all." As I considered this, I realized that God had not spoken to Shemaiah. Instead, Tobias and Sanballat had paid him to give me that advice. They gave him money to make me afraid so that I would sin. That way they could ruin my good name and humiliate me. Oh my God, remember what Tobias and Sanballat have done, and punish them. Remember also the prophetess Noadiah and the other prophets who tried to make me afraid. The walls were completed on the 25th day of the month of Elul, after 52 days of work. When our enemies from the neighboring nations learned this, they were humiliated because everyone realized that the work had been accomplished with the help of our God. During this time, the leaders of the Jews had written many letters to Tobias and received several letters from him. Many people in Judah sided with Tobias because he was married into a Jewish family. He was the son-in-law of a Jew named Shechaniah, son of Era. Additionally, his son Johanan had married the daughter of Meshullam, son of Berechiah. Before me, they spoke of the good things Tobias had done and reported everything I said to him. Tobias continued to send me letters, trying to intimidate me.